another NBA coup which came in and just swooped and took everything. The NBA has been like running roughshod on all the other sports on essentially whatever they're doing. When everything stopped, it was the NBA that made the first stop.
Right.
When everything stopped, the NBA was still going forward, especially making news when you had a guy like Michael Jordan in The Last Dance. So,
some of those episodes topped the ratings of last year's NBA Finals.
Yeah, so there are things about that, but I think they topped it. And let's say this: let's be honest, why it topped it, because there was nothing else on, and this was, although you knew who was going to win, you didn't know all the go behind the doors and who did what and all those little things that went on, which became very, very it essentially wasn't even a basketball show anymore. It was a soap opera.
Yeah.
It was like watching a soap opera.
Every episode had its own plot twist.
Here you go.
Story
this
arc.
is what's going to happen.
Right.
And then I did a podcast with Robert Parish, and he played on that team that Michael Jordan won the last championship with against Utah.
No, second to last. The first Utah win.
Well, Parish, I'm talking about the one where Jordan made the last shot and pushed Russell.
Right. Parish was on the other team before.
I think that he was. I don't know. I thought he was on that team.
No, he was on the 96, 97 team.
No, I just remember talking to him about it and him saying, and it was the funniest thing. He said he was playing with on the first team with Jordan, and Phil had this thing where he changed him up, and he put Robert Parish on the second team, and Robert Parish says, his second team, his boys, they got together and they whooped Michael Jordan's ass for the next 3 games. So walking off the floor, nobody ever says anything to Michael. Nobody. So Robert says to Michael, "How you like that ass whooping we just put on you?" And Michael just gets blazing hot. If you keep on talking, I might have to kick your ass. And Robert was like,
I love it.
What? There's you and me and opportunity. Which one is it? Go bring it on. And he talked about saying that Jordan essentially he bullied everybody. He talked about one of his Michael. He was talking about Robert Parish was talking about one of the younger players came to him. And I can't believe you said that to Michael. Can't believe you said that. You got him pissed off. Like, man, screw Michael. He said, Robert said, I already had rings when I got here.
Right. I like when he said, I'm not in awe of you.
Not in awe of, who
playing with greats.
Yeah, he's rattling off names. So, I just, it was fascinating. So, again, getting back, the league, what happened to the league this year, what happened to its players has been dramatic. So, to somebody to hoist up that trophy this year, man, they done went through a lot. Our team done went through a lot. It's not like when you were, say, in the middle of the season and it was the strike season and you played 60 games or 52 games, whatever it was. This is about everything was going well, everybody's playing, and then all of a sudden something that we've never ever seen comes and stops the entire world. Not this country. I just say the entire world. And the basketball and the sports world was stopped with one of your players. Rudy Gobert tests positive. And then Donovan Mitchell. And then you have other players. And then Marcus Smart. So you have a collection. I'm interested too, Josue, in this and the fact of how it's going to be run. What happens in this? You keep hearing it. What happens if a player tests positive?
He goes
during
home.
The tournament.
He goes home.
So you're saying that LeBron James tests positive. That's it.
Yeah.
Go home.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the rule they have in place. That's been the initial report from the beginning. If one player tests positive, that player goes home. The team continues its tournament without that individual.
Well, how do you do that? Because
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. That's when you're going to see people say, "Oh man."
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, how do you continue on if, in fact, the players test positive?
Well, everyone has to get retested, though.
Well, if you get retested, though, isn't there a 16-day window, 14-day window?
There is, yeah, that's true.
So if you test positive, aren't you supposed to be, you got trace testing,
Yeah.
and if you were exposed to this guy, then you're supposed to sit out.
Right.
So just say, for instance, if the Celtics played the Lakers and LeBron James tested positive and Marcus Smart was guarding him and Tatum was guarding him, what do you do with those guys?